The most expensive real estate in Sonoma County isn't in Healdsburg or Sonoma Valley, it's in Sea Ranch, where homes average about $1,500 per square foot. And it's expensive for a reason. Today, we are heading up the coast to see why Sea Ranch commands the highest prices in the county per square foot, and why it's one of the strongest second home markets in Northern California, and what you really need to know if you're thinking about buying here in 2025. So what exactly is Sea Ranch? Before we get into the market, let's start with what it is. Well, Sea Ranch spans a dramatic 10-mile stretch of Sonoma County's northern Pacific coastline, about 100 miles north of San Francisco. Think rugged cliffs, wild meadows, redwood forests, and endless ocean views. Covering roughly about 2,500 acres of protected coastal land, Highway 1 runs right through it, and the drive alone is worth the trip, albeit very windy. Gualala is about 6 miles north, and Mendocino is about an hour north. Sea Ranch was a working sheep ranch until about 1963, when Oceanic Properties bought the land and had a big, ambitious idea to create a planned coastal community that lives lightly on the land. Landscape architect Lawrence Halprin led the master plan, and instead of designing around the land, he designed with the land, studying the wind patterns, the plants, all of the natural elements of the coast. They then brought in visionaries like Charles Moore, Donald Linden, William Turnbull, and Richard Whitaker. And their first project, Condominium 1, became an architectural landmark. All clean lines, redwood siding, and low profile that blends into the cliffs. That design philosophy, harmony between buildings and nature, has defined Sea Ranch for more than 60 years. And thanks to the Sea Ranch Association, those standards are strictly maintained today. And that's why history really matters for buyers today. You are really purchasing a design legacy, which makes Sea Ranch so valuable. You're not just buying into the square footage, you're buying into one of the most respected examples of environmental design in the world. And you're really buying into kind of a philosophy and a lifestyle. Homes don't compete because they're all kind of a part of the larger master plan, so to speak. The community rules protect everyone's investment, and they preserve the character that makes this place so special. So what do you get here? Sea Ranch isn't just beautiful, it's also surprisingly full of amenities. There's a Scottish-style golf course, tennis courts, Moonraker Rec Center, the iconic Sea Ranch Chapel, and a network of over 50 miles of private trails that wind through meadows, forests, and coastal bluff, all reserved for residents and guests. But I also want to mention there are a lot of common spaces. So a lot of the homes have these common spaces connected around them. So there's definitely this feeling of kind of a shared environment, which I really, really love as well. You also have access to tide pools, beaches, and coves that feel completely untouched. The Sea Ranch Lodge, which was renovated in 2023, offers dining, spa services, art shows, wellness retreats, and community events, and it's really kind of the social hub of the area. And here's the big, big kicker for Sonoma County. Yes, short-term rentals are allowed, making this one of the most desirable second home investments that you can make. So let's talk about some of the numbers. As of August 2025, Sea Ranch's median was about $1.6 million, the highest in all of Sonoma County. The median sold price sits about $1,325, and the price is really driven by a few different things: the global reputation for architectural design, private coastal access, and protected open spaces, strict limits on new construction as well, and environmental protections that keep long-term values strong. And of course, the proximity to San Francisco, which is just about 2.5 to a 3-hour drive. Most owners here are Bay Area professionals, people in tech, finance, or healthcare who want a meaningful weekend escape. And again, because you can do the short-term rentals, many people want to be able to put their home in the rental pool to offset some of their mortgage, or they also just want to have their home and keep it private and be able to pass it down for generations to come. This is not a flip market by any means. The quiet and natural beauty here is just truly unparalleled, and the community of like-minded owners who value conservation and aesthetics, it is really a special place. Right now, inventory has shifted a little bit. It's a little bit higher than it was in the pandemic times, and that means that buyers could have some room to negotiate and sellers are realistic. Deals are happening for people who are ready to move right now. And before you buy, it's something that you should kind of keep in the back of your mind is some of the natural factors like wind, storms, erosion, and some of the cliffside areas. Homes here are built to handle the elements, and the association's building rules ensure long-term durability, but you definitely want to keep insurance in the back of your mind, and you want to understand, just the nature of the property itself, when the roof was done, if there's wood shingles, what those look like. So making sure you want to protect that investment long term. So when to visit and when to buy, really kind of that July to September is the peak season. The community is just buzzing. The weather is going to be, the best if you like warm weather. The lodge has a lot going on. There's whale watching, there's quiet trails, and there's better opportunities for buyers to potentially negotiate. In the fall, and I would say in the winter times, that's when you're going to have fewer competing offers and sellers who are really ready to make a deal. Bottom line is that Sea Ranch sits at the top of the market for good reason. It's really rare to find world-class design, environmental integrity, and of course, unspoiled natural beauty. Right now, it's also one of the best times in the years for serious buyers to step up before the next wave of demand tightens supply again. If you've been thinking about looking at Sea Ranch, now could potentially be your window. So reach out to emily.beaven@compass.com if you want to learn more. And thanks so much for tuning in. If you're interested in more Sonoma County videos, please like and subscribe. And as always, make it a great day.